Could WWE 2K22 have a pay-to-win model overall for the game when it launches? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome to Assemble. I'm Matt. Good to see you. Great to have you on the show. Happy Halloween, or post-Halloween, and like Sugar Crash overall. And if you're the parents like Matt here, then you made it. Good job. So we had the recent leak report saying that WWE 2K22 is going to have microtransactions in the game. We did an episode just covering the news piece on this, but I wanted to go a little bit further, and we're going to look at kind of the dark side of all of the microtransaction possibilities with 2K22 and giving players an advantage in that scary pay-to-win model. One of the first ones that came to mind was MyCareer Mode. MyCareer in WWE games has always been the big grind, and you can earn virtual currency by going through different modes in the 2K franchises on the WWE side. With MyCareer potentially being in the game once again, I worry that you're going to be going down the path of NBA, where we're going to be able to buy our way through MyCareer. Starting off in NBA at probably around level 60 or so, you gotta grind like 20, 30, 40 hours in order to get your player increased enough so that they're competitive, right? In the WWE games, you would just grind through matches and these story beats and all this stuff and work your way from NXT and all the way up from the indies and NXT all the way up until main roster. And don't get me wrong, we're still probably going to be able to do that. I'm not worried about just being able to say I don't need to buy the virtual currency, but this could be a big problem for some people and make you feel like it's kind of cheating everything. And depending on how 2K actually does the MyCareer mode, and specifically how long it will take players to increase the attributes for their WWE superstars, this could turn a lot of players off if they go down the VC route and allow players to turn around and say, well, if you drop $50 in virtual currency, then you're going to be able to upgrade your character, maybe even buy more attribute points overall. And on that note, that's the next thing that has me worried is move packs. I worry that the DLC components are going to be kind of scrapped overall, and that things like new move sets, or when they want to release new moves, or potentially have moves actually put behind a paywall, or they got to be unlocked by grinding out the game, they might turn around and just say, well, you can go and buy hundreds of dollars worth of VC and actually buy the moves that you want individually or as a pack or whatever. So move sets actually do have me worried, and again, that can kind of tie into your MyCareer development too. That's kind of concerning. The other way that it could be pay to win, guys, is if it goes down the path of having different versions of the game that basically are really pushing players to have to get, the deluxe or ultimate edition of the game. We see this with 2K on the NBA side, where we get different versions of the game, where there's PS4 to PS5 crossover capability in the bigger game, so it's not actually included in the title. That could be a concern if this game, by the way, is also not ready and it's last gen's game. They might introduce that similar to NBA 2K, where you have to get the crossover piece in order to play with the updated graphics and enhancements. But within that, and within those different versions of the game, you end up getting a certain amount of virtual currency, attribute points, player packs, those types of things. And again, it's going down that route of pay to win and enticing players to have to spend way more money up front getting the deluxe edition. I understand totally from the business side of things that it makes sense to try and make as much as we can, but we're talking $79 games, $100 deluxe, $120 ultimate, maybe they'll have a special edition, all of that stuff. Players that want to buy that are going to buy that, and they'll probably have a good time, and that's great. I just worry that it pushes people and forces them almost to get the upper deluxe versions of the games when they include so much that you need to be able to access in the title itself to really enjoy it to its fullest. And speaking of that, being able to unlock things and kind of do it to its fullest, the other one that would have me worried about the pay to win aspect is going to be in the rumored GM mode. If there is a GM mode, and if presumably there is a virtual currency that you have to purchase like in NBA, gotta think that they're going to cross over a lot. And what I worry about is that a ton of the GM mode aspects for things like being able to pay more for bigger contracts, for arenas to be able to utilize in your general manager mode, concessions, like all of this stuff that you might be doing in your GM mode. I worry that option A is going to be grind it out for your whole season for a very, very long time where you have to do basically everything to scratch and claw to unlock more VC versus dropping $50 real to pay to actually get all of the GM mode stuff unlocked up front, not to mention anything else you might spend in the other modes. It starts to nickel and dime players too much, and that is just the concern here, everybody, is that VC can work. It is the player's choice if they want to be able to fork out more of their money to be able to do more in a game that they enjoy. I have zero problems with that, to each their own. But what I am hesitant and what I'm reserved about is going down this route of having a pay-to-win model in a wrestling game like this, where it's really, really in your face and they move away from a traditional DLC model and having everything kind of readily available through like an accelerator pack that's only $5. And instead of doing that, every piece of the game starts to be behind an actual paywall and players can't enjoy the game to its fullest. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this? What do you think about the pay-to-win model and strategy overall for WWE 2K22? And if you guys enjoyed this episode, check out the other one that we did covering the whole rumor and speculation on the microtransactions themselves. It's only 5 minutes. Maybe you'll enjoy this one. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode.